Hello and welcome to Audio Adventures. This is a D&D 5th edition podcast that is made by friends, with friends, and for friends. And if you clicked on us, buckle up. It's going to be a crazy magic carpet ride for you and me. This podcast is used by my nerdy friends and I to escape our lives for a time and act out some pretty ridiculous scenarios. And we are so glad to have you here. A couple things before we start. Our group loves the rule of cool, so I'm sure we will get rules wrong. So if we do, please feel free to tell us in a kind fashion down in the comments. Also, if you want to contribute to the fantastical world of Seblos where this campaign takes place, please make a comment and you may be seeing that kobold cleric in the very near future, along with your name in the show as well. Now, please grab a seat and some popcorn, and let's meet our Wandering Vanguard. Audio Adventures is a D&D 5th edition homebrewed podcast and may deal with triggering themes at times. Viewer discretion is advised. Trigger warnings can be found in the description.
Previously on the Wandering Vanguard.
Our Wandering Vanguard finished their tour through Skrynet, trying to find their tiefling friend, Ekman, but came up empty-handed. Nick Sprite finished his memory-modifying helms, which he named Psychic Linking Crowns, testing it on their Goliath friend, Beliana, breaking the memory blocks around the name of the forgotten god, Althator. Tibril, Redguest, Tavis, and Tomb all went to Merle's magic stuff to remove the curse off Tomb. But upon reaching the vicinity of the shop, a smell wall of decaying remains hit their senses. Worms and maggots were crawling everywhere. The desperate shopkeep asking if the Wandering Vanguard can take care of this problem for him right at that moment. The Wandering Vanguard gathered everyone together and descended into his basement to take care of his infestation problem and to find out just what is doing this. And that's where we begin.
I also would potentially have told, on the way down the stairs, I would have wrote in my notebook and told them that I know where to go. But then it never came up for me to say that in that moment.
You could do it when you, make it down to the bottom of the steps, but once everyone reaches the bottom, Tibril, you just, this is the grossest thing you've ever smelled, and you just feel your stomach unleash. And you just vomit everywhere on the floor.
And I turn over here and just lean over and go, what? Right about there, turn my body so I'm pointing this way and just go all over the ground.
Yeah, you make it right there. And it just goes blah, 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 blah.
Tibril.
Oh, gross, Tibril. What the heck, dude? You're supposed to be down here to clean up this place, not make more of a mess.
Sorry. Oh, that's disgusting.
Poor Tibril.
How do I feel? Do I just feel queasy now?
Yeah, you just feel sick to your stomach, man. You don't have anything else to really throw up, to put it bluntly.
Good. It's all gone. Who needs lunch?
And as you guys all look up and Tibril is kind of recovering a little bit, you look up and you see that there's bookshelves lining the wall in front of Tibril, as well as desks with carpets underneath some of the desks and just workaday things and chests on top of the desks as well. And there are, on one on the map says, in front of Nyx, there's just a general table. It looks like there's just bits and pieces of food left on the desks, and there's a sort of a fire hearth all the way at the end of the room. And in the top corner of the room, there are two doors. One of them is slightly open.
Is the food rotting?
The food, you look down, there is mold, there is rot.
I'm going to collect food, I'm going to throw it in the fireplace.
Okay. As you reach down and start to grab the bowls, you hear this tiny little screeches of maggots as you get close, like.
Oh,
While he's doing this, I'd like to send Talon down this hallway and see through his eyes to, like, kind of as like a lookout or a scoping out the hallway to make sure there's none of those, or that big creature's not there.
Okay. Roll an investigation check or
Owl?
you can either do stealth or investigation.
Let's do stealth. Yeah. Here we go.
Wait, 2 missed.
Talon is
more than us.
More than Timbrel.
11. That's a pretty gross roll.
Talon kind of goes off and pretty loudly, not nearly as stealthily as before, not gonna lie. And as you like go down the tunnel, it is about as bright as before.
Okay.
But
It's pretty dark, or
yeah, it's just like there's like sconces on the wall, torches on the wall about every 5 to 10 feet, which lets you know what way you're going. But it doesn't give you a whole lot of light. And as you get to the end of the hallway, you don't see anything.
Okay. Since I'm looking through his eyes, can I have him peek around the corner into the open room?
All right, you have. We should get a Talon.
I know. I
Token.
thought about that.
Why haven't I done that? That's
I don't know.
Sam. What am I doing?
Who?
Okay, you can control him.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start wiping, or after I'm done vomiting, I'm gonna go back into the group.
Okay, he looks around the corner.
Okay, so you through Talon, now the Beetle's eyes. You peek around the corner. Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh my gosh, these are such bad rolls. 7.
You see the room, but Talon is pretty shooken up by being here, and doesn't see much past that.
Okay. I bring him back, and then I just kind of start walking in that direction.
All right.
I'll follow.
Oh, I start moving towards. I start following Tomb. Well, I guess we go this way.
Dim light in here.
It is dim light.
Then I'm gonna grab my cloak by the edges and polymorph into a bat and go over and go over to where Talon had gone.
Okay. Do you want to continue going down the hallway in front of them?
Yeah.
Okay. You see the similar sort of stony hallway continue in the sconces every 5 to 10 feet. And you make it, I would say oops, that's a drawing tool.
Oh yeah, I guess Raoul would be in front of me technically. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you brought Talon back.
Oh yeah.
There's like a fork in the road where you can either go to the left or continue going straight, but when Talon came back, it looks like he was just going straight.
Alright, guys, which way?
I point straight.
Sure, let's go that way.
What sound does a bat make?
I go this way.
All right. As you keep getting closer and closer, you can you all make perception checks for me?
Sure can.
Probably not, but I can try.
11.
Can I rely on my hearing for this one?
Yeah.
Cool. Advantage.
Woo!
Well, that's a natural 20 right off the bat, so.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
Nice.
Raoul hears all.
So you guys, as you enter this room, the smell hits you again, as you don't think it could have gotten worse. But it just seems to keep getting worse and worse. And as you enter this room, sort of like a slimy feeling kind of covers your skin. As you just, it doesn't feel great to be here, and every instinct in your body is just telling you to leave right now.
Ugh.
Your fight and flight is telling you to flight hard. And Nyx notices this, but everyone but Nyx notices. You hear sort of like the sliding sound of something, like a snake almost, but on a much larger scale, just kind of sliding through.
Oh, that's not good.
Way off in the distance. As you enter in this cavernous room, you can see the sconces would probably tell you. You can see the wall has been bust into this room. Things have been scattered about as you look over and see the tables have been flipped over. Things that Merle probably was working on, abandoned, of course. And just general rubble all around the room. And then you can see just a dark hole that leads further in.
Now, is the room kind of slimy, or does it just feel slimy, like the air?
The air feels slimy. It is not slimy itself.
Okay, good.
I write in my notebook, and I show everyone, and basically telling them, beyond this hole is where Talon was eaten the last time I was here. So I just say, keep your guard up.
Do we see the source of the stench?
Right now, you look around and you don't see why it would smell so bad, but you do see several worms on the ground and several sort of maggots just kind of going around your feet and going up the walls.
Can Talon eat some?
Yeah, Talon goes and overs and eats one, and it kind of screeches at him before you hear the last sort of pop.
All in favor to fireball the room? Say aye, and I raise my.
We probably shouldn't do that as much as I want to.
Meep. Raises wing.
I'm just imagining you're sitting on one of our lying on one of our heads, just arm or bat wing goes up.
That's so cute.
But we don't want to burn down the guy's house.
Fair enough.
I was about to say, do you want to not have a place to buy your magic items?
Good point.
He is enchanting my suit whenever it gets done tomorrow.
So you kind of need this space.
Fortunately.
Huh.
Into the hole!
I guess we're going into the hole. All right. At this point, I'm going to pull my glaive out.
I pull out my gun.
I want it on a shirt. Into the hole!
I'm gonna be on your shoulder, Tavis.
Okay.
When I can move my guy. 1 second. Let me get this over here.
Yeah, I was just gonna place him on top of me.
Oh.
Yay.
Yep, and as you enter into this cavern, you can hear the sort of the drip and drop, sort of the whatever water condensation has formed just onto the cavernous floor. And as you look around, you see, and you enter into this cavern, you can see and look over immediately to your left and immediately to your front. Tim, you would remember this as being the place where Talon got ate. And you can see a like an imprint in the ground that's sort of like,
Where I was eaten.
yeah, there was like
Did
a
the
little,
creature eat the book that the like notebook I was flipping through as well?
yeah.
Darn it! Ah,
No
Yes.
book to be seen anymore.
man. Was that from the guy on the left of me?
It was from this guy.
Ah. Oh.
And you see that these are actually what like basically what Tomb said was or wrote down was rodents of unusual size. They look pretty darn large, and they all have like these sort of like handmade messenger bags. And
those are otters.
oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And they all look to be they all look to be in various states of decay. The one in the front of you is almost bone at this point.
This one?
No.
So you're telling me there's
This
zombies?
one? Ooh.
That's what they look like, zombie rodents.
They look like they are dead.
They're just lying there.
Eh,
Can I search to see if this one has a notebook?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
I would like to pull out my longsword and poke this
I
one.
gotta move down a second.
Like to poke it with my stick.
I want to poke it with a sharp, pointy metal stick.
You said roll an investigation?
Yeah.
Unnatural 20.
All right. You see that most of the stuff that has been in his bag, you see like bits and pieces of paper, but as you pull them out, they almost like crumble in your hand, which is weird because for paper to do that, it has to be hundreds of thousands of years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes into dust in your hand and you like start messing around with its bag, the bag starts to like break, and you see like sort of like bits and pieces of the meat on like its arm kind of like slough off onto the ground and land with a large wet
That's so gross. Okay.
and the worms and maggots around it kind of fester on it.
I hate that.
And you don't see anything.
Ooh.
But you hear off to the side, from over to your left in this direction,
Uh-oh.
you hear, hey,
Can I send Talon over there?
I'm gonna go. I want to go over there. Me and
Okay,
Tal.
you
I'm gonna follow.
I'm gonna follow as well.
Yeah, I'll
Out
follow
of the
slightly
shadows,
behind.
you see Scurry, a little live version of this, like, it's like soft like brown fur standing up on two hind legs,
Ooh.
little buck teeth coming out from its
Aw.
like upper lip down, similar messenger bag, and he's standing probably about 2.5 foot tall.
I'm gonna kneel down, like get down on one knee and be like, "Hey, do you know what happened here?
You guys need to leave now.
Why? What's happening?
He's gonna come. He's gonna get you. He's gonna come. You need to leave now." And he's
Who
looking
is?
around.
Who's coming? Calm down. What's coming?
Big worm guy. Big worm guy's gonna come. Big worm guy's gonna come. You need to leave now. Now. You need to leave now.
Is there a safe place to go?
Away from here. I don't know where I am. We got sent here in a big messy purple pink portal, but I don't know where I am, but I know you need to leave. We can't get out, but it's you guys got here so you can leave. You need to go. And he starts scurrying back into the shadows.
Follow him.
Oh no. We should have let him come with us.
Is there a way to follow him?
Able to follow him?
You start to follow him, and
Yes.
you see there is a small hole that he is headed towards over here.
Like in the wall that I can't. How
Yeah.
small is the hole?
Could Talon fit through?
Talon would probably be a little too beefy, honestly. It looks like he laid on his stomach and he was propelling himself by his back foot.
Oh boy.
No, I can't fit through there.
He's and then as he is going in and wiggling his way in, you guys need to leave. Go. You guys hear in the background.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Hey there, everyone. I thought I would take this opportunity in our show to do some catching up. Some announceroonies, some talkies, even. Just to remind you all of our social medias, you can find us on Twitter, Audio Adventures at the username AudioAdventure2. Why 2, you ask? Well, number 1 was taken. Ayy. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. We have also set up a Ko-Fi. We had a couple comments made at us about being able to support us a bit with that good green juice that the world just seems to run on. So, if you're feeling generous towards us, that would be one of the avenues to help us grow and to encourage us as the artist as well. Another avenue to help us thrive and grow is to share and tell your friends about us. We are one of the many, many, many D&D podcasts out there, so we are ecstatic whenever someone wants to listen to us play D&D. We don't spend any money to advertise this show, so your support means that much more to us. And since there are more of us now, here is our Wandering Vanguard.
Well, I am Zach, and I will be playing Tavis, who is an Eladrin sorcerer. The only interesting fact that I can think of for him is that his last name is just, Elvish for owl, because he likes owls.
I'm Trevor. I'm playing the character Nyx with burning red eyes. Nyx with burning red eyes. And his last name is Bright. He was born into a noble family, hence the actual last name, as he's a changeling artificer. Changelings don't normally have last names, they normally just have hyphenated names.
Hello there. My name is Tibril Darrow. I am a half-elf man from the town of Owlton. I am what you might call a soul knife. And before I get too far, let me explain what a soul knife is. A soul knife is someone who can summon a weapon that is bound to our soul. I used to have a longsword like my father, but now it's a glaive with etchings of flowers throughout the whole thing. Along with being able to summon the glaive, I'm able to use my mind to connect to the soul of others, to communicate and help in battle. Our friend Tomb, not being able to speak, but I'm able to connect to his soul and kind of get a general idea of what he's thinking and what he would say. Along with all that, my mom always said I had a golden glow to me, which I didn't really understand until now to be literal. Our soul's power shows through our bodies as different colors. I've never met another soul knife besides my father, so I don't know where he learned it. My mom and I lived in a town called Owlton. But before I get too very much into that, my mom was a very sick woman. We lost a lot of money and resources trying to find a cure, but nothing worked. My father left to find something to help her, and he never returned. That was when I was 8. I'm 25 now. Once I became a teen, I started working at the local apothecary. My father was a medic, master with blades and medicine, and I wanted to be like that. Medicine and plants, it's always been fascinating to me. I have my dad's journal here, and one day while looking through, I found something that I wasn't really expecting. I found out the book was only half filled, but the last page talked about this plant called the golden snapdragon. But apparently it's a plant of legend that can cure any known disease. The only other thing that's on these pages are 2 places, Mistreeston and Chanbu. And I think this is where he thought they were. Which makes sense with how rare it is. That'd be 2 of the hardest countries to get into. I haven't been to either of these places, but it's the only lead I got. And one day we were raided by goblins. And then a group of adventurers came up. They helped clear the goblins away, and they even helped save a lot of people that day. They invited me to come along on the adventure. This is the only chance I had to find my dad. But before I left, my mom gave me a couple things. But she pulled out a cape. A long purple cape with 2 golden pauldrons on the side. It fit perfectly, like it was made to fit me. Then she also gave me her wedding ring. Told me to if I find Dad, tell him to get his butt home. Now I have three things I have to do. I have to find my dad, find the golden snapdragon, and make it home alive. Because if I don't, my mother will kill me.
So my name's Emma, and I'm gonna explain to you what my character looks like and everything because he actually can't talk. So his name is Toon. He is a Warforged necromancer, and he kind of got his voice box ripped out, and so he can't speak. All he does is screech occasionally. He does write in a little notebook, so that's how he communicates most of the time. And he is covered in cherry blossoms, and he has a giant gash in the middle of his torso where he hides his familiar talon and some skulls and some other miscellaneous things. And yeah, he is silver with 2 green bands around each arm, and he has blue eyes. And that's pretty much it.
My name is Redguest. I am but a simple tabaxi who lives within others' means. I never knew my parents, but the Order of the Ghost Slayers made up for that. They taught me how to fight with honor as one of their esteemed blood hunters. My mercenary work taught me how to value my own life. These 2 paths have coiled into a journey of broken love and pointless purchases, where I now find myself with the Wandering Vanguard. I have no doubt they will be able to help me on my current mission.
And I think that's about it. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And the next one will be up for all of you next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See ya!
I have both hands on my glaive, ready to go.
I know, I'm just, oh guys.
I have my longsword out.
I put my starry robe on.
You guys need to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save?
As the sound of this large screech emanates around the cavern and echoes and just bounces off, and as it hits your ears, it is some of the most terrifying things you have ever heard.
When I put in 20, it was unnat 20, not nat 20.
Okay.
You said wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Good guess, no.
Raoul.
Roll no.
As
Yeah.
That guess is having a bad time. Yeah, he is.
Yes.
yes,
Not
that
back
guest
then.
is terrified. So you see 20, 18, 18. All right. Tavis?
8.
8.
Oh no.
Everyone but Tibril
Heck yeah!
is
Can I use Flash
terrified.
of
Are you
Genius
serious?
and give myself 3 extra points?
You want to use Flash of Genius?
Yes.
All right. With Flash of Genius, you pass.
Yay.
Me and you, Nick, we're gonna
As-
take on a worm.
Slithering out of the darkness is a massive, massive worm. And as he opens up his mouth and tentacles come out of his mouth, faces are attached to the ends of the tentacles coming out of his face.
Oh, that's not good.
I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Also, I think this is too late, but just for future reference. I guess since I'm a Warforged, I have advantage on saving throws against being frightened.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. No, I only rolled a 19.
And 19 is what you needed.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Wow.
you were 1 away.
That's comforting. Yes, the worms from Tremors.
So, question: are these little like indents in the walls? Are these like little hallways for us to walk through?
Yeah, you can walk through those.
Okay.
They're like little parts of the wall that has been broken, but not enough for like just to be like a big hallway. So they're like little like things you can like crawl through quickly.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta roll for initiative. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Oh gosh.
This is not bad.
Also, Dentures is like right next to. I don't have a thing for him. I will draw a square.
I'm petting him.
In
In
terror.
your bat form?
No, my hand as the player reaches into the world and just pets.
Yeah, you do.
Pat.
Did you say we were frightened if we failed to save?
Yes. So, as you hear the screech from this loud and large, frickin' gargantuan, frickin' demon, you do have the fear effect. You were frightened for 1 minute. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on, because I think I might have used it wrong. Oh, that might be good for you guys. Okay, I'm sorry, but I used it wrong. He screeches, and it freaking puts like a chill down all of your guys' spines, but the only one close enough for this cone, and actually, no, you're out of the way of the cone. Let me make sure. Sorry, Tavis, you're the only one within.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're the only one within the
Aw,
range of this cone.
Oh my goodness, Red Guest, you are so close.
and I decided to stay out of the cave.
Yeah. So everyone gets a really bad chill down their spine, but Tavis, you want to leave right now. So I'm sorry, I misused
Oh.
that for that.
It's okay.
So we got an 18 for that. All right, top of our turn order, we have Red Guest in bat form. You just heard this loud and chilling screech, and I believe I had him pulled up to here before I moved him back to check that thing. He screeched and then moved, so you see him peeking up and around. You see his large, sort of slithering body peek out of the beginning of that sort of alcove of rock and just look at you with all of his heads.
Okay, so I'm gonna move over here
Mhm.
and hold in my attack in case it gets within 5 feet of me.
All right.
That's my turn.
Next up is Tavis. You do have the fear condition.
Okay.
Now with fear, you, I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you have to necessarily leave, but you can't get closer. Yeah, okay, so all frightened creatures have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear, so you can move farther away, but you also can just choose not to move.
Can I still attack?
Yes, but you have disadvantage as long as you can see him.
Okay. I'm going to run away. Try to make more towards the exit. Where is it? Fireball.
I mean, that is an option.
Scorching Ray. I'm gonna use Scorching Ray. Oh,
All right. Remember, you have disadvantage.
yeah. Alright. 17 for the first one. 8, 9 for the second one.
Both do not hit.
Oh no. Please get another nat 20.
both do not hit. As you whip around, as you're running away, you see all of these heads and all of the tentacles just sort of snap and look at you, and as they meet eye contact and all of these faces are just in grueling pain, it seems like it terrifies you to the friggin' most internal part of your body, and just you let go of both of scorching rays, and these sort of rays of fire emanate out from your hand. They just go wide and hit a wall, bursting into flame. Is that all you'd like to do with your turn?
I had one more.
Okay.
With it. 19. 26.
You have a 26 for this one?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
I'm just gonna do it in roll 20.
All right.
5 damage. Let's go.
All right. As you whip around and those first two of yours go wide, and you're just staring at this unimaginable being that cannot be from this plane of existence or from your home, from the material plane of existence. Your eyes sort of like scrunch a little bit, and you focus on one of the heads, and as you let go of the firebolt, it sails and hits just the edge of its hide, and it just you know it hits, but it looks like it bounces off a little bit, and the large worm creature just gives off a little as it just kind of looks at you and bobs back and forth. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Up next is the worm. As something has just attacked it, it is going to go after that.
Oh.
Can most certainly make it to you. And it is within 5 feet, Red Guest.
It's within 5 feet?
Yeah, its body slimes up over onto you and slithers up, and its head is pointed towards Tavis, but it does get within 5 foot of you.
I'm gonna try and bite it.
Do it.
Here we go. That's a 14.
All right. That does not hit. As you we're just like your eyes were trained on this worm, and as it gets closer and closer, your instincts kick in, but as the body moves, it just moves right out of the way of your chop and comes back and just kind of like bumps back into you, kind of hitting you, and you almost stumble back, but you catch yourself. And it's going to try to bite you. Does an 18 hit?
I believe so, yes. Sorry.
29 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And can you make a dexterity saving throw?
18.
You all look over, and you see this worm go up to Tavis, and its humongous jaw unhinge open, and you see Tavis disappear within this worm. You are swallowed. And as you all see your friend Tavis being swallowed, it's getting to the end of our time, so we're gonna pick it up next time. Oh.
Ouch.
And that was this episode of Audio Adventures. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and most of all, please share to get out the word so we can share our story with you and keep doing what we're doing. If you have an idea for an NPC, a shop, or even an encounter, please comment down below. You might be seeing any of those in the next session or maybe even the upcoming sessions. Again, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week.
Please stay safe, everyone, and wear those seatbelts.